Breachers just released their Quest 3 enhanced graphics update, along with some other things buried inside this update. They kind of snuck in a little SMG rebalancing. I'll be going over that a little later. First, let's talk about the enhanced visuals. On the Quest 2, if you jump into the settings and you look for graphics, you're not gonna find it. But if you're on the Quest 3 and you jump into the graphics, you're gonna see a graphics tab, and inside you're gonna find two new settings, bloom and environment effects. The environment effects do a lot of different things, but bloom pretty much for the lighting. It's gonna boost the glow effect around the lights. And in PC VR, if you go to your graphics tab, you're gonna have bloom and environment effects. On your bloom, you're gonna have levels for high, low, and off. So with this graphics update, I compared the Quest 2, the Pico 4, the Quest 3, and PC VR. I suspect that PlayStation VR 2 will be the same as PC VR, but that's just my opinion. Now when I compared Pico 4 and Quest 3 side by side, I walked right into the armory. First thing I could notice was on Quest 3, they had darker, more vibrant visuals. Another thing I noticed when I picked up the RCP and blasted it up against the wall, the gunfire element coming out of the barrel was very inconsistent, and it just kind of stopped after a while. Whenever I did this on the PC version, it stayed consistent with it. Another thing I noticed was the text on Quest 3 was a little more clear, and that might be just because the quality of the pancake lenses and the clarity of Quest 3, because I do not think that a resolution was boosted at all. And actually, I kind of forgot about this, but at the very beginning, Breachers had one golden rule they had across all of the platforms, and that is to keep their versions as close to each other as possible, that way no platform will have an advantage. Meaning I'm not going to be able to purchase a $10,000 PC and just come murk Quest 2 players. In fact, that $10,000 PC is going to be just as good as Pico 4 as far as Breacher's advantage goes. So comparing Quest 2 and Pico 4 together, I come to the conclusion that these are the same exact build. I just could not find any difference between the two other than Pico 4 records in a wider field of view. What the hell is up with that meta? Help us!
No.
And even with the pancake lenses, I could still tell that the Quest 2 and the Pico 4 both shared the same clarity as far as the gameplay went. So when I compared Quest 2 side by side with PC VR, it was more clear, mainly because I'm on the Quest 3 and I have a resolution boost whenever I'm linked to my PC. And for those of you who don't know, that is inside my Oculus PC app right here with the slider. I boosted it. I'm going to be showcasing the environment and bloom effects in just a second. So right here, holding the gun up and twisting it around, just notice the details in the gun. Even when we switch over to the Pico 4, you can't really notice a huge difference or a significant change between the two, but once we move over to the Quest 3, you can see that the contrast is boosted a little more and the colors are a little more vibrant. It's not a huge significant change, but it is enough to really notice and appreciate. So let's get to the Quest 3 bloom effect. Right there where the sun is, I'm able to block it out with my gun. On the Quest 2, it doesn't even exist. It's just behind a cloud. On PC VR, it's there and I'm able to block it out. And again, both of these got the enhanced update. So the environment settings on Quest 3 here, you can see that the leaves are falling. And when we get inside, you can see there's fog on the ground and light beams coming in, going through the dusty air. And when I go to the PC VR settings right here, you can see that I have everything off. Take a look right here at the intensity of the lights as I go through low and high. And when I set the environment effects on, that's when the light rays come in and the fog is present. And the environment effects are different for every map. I didn't want to go into every little detail because I didn't want to spoil everything. I want you guys out there to actually discover things on your own. So while I may have wanted to see a boost in the resolution, what they did was a nice thinking outside of the box, and I really do appreciate this visual update. So let's move on to the weapon balancing. I prefer to be in the headset at this particular part of time, so I get to shoot in the face. So they did an SMG rebalance. I'm gonna go ahead and read off exactly what they did here. For the Omen, the max fall off distance was increased by 50%, pre-fall off damage was increased by 14%, post fall off damage increased by 20%. For the Viper, the max fall off distance was increased again by 50%, pre-fall off damage was increased by 18%, and post fall off damage was increased by 25%. For the RCP, max fall off distance was increased by 50%, and that's it. For the Marui, recoil recovery duration was reduced by 20%. Recoil recovery, something to do with when you're done shooting. Like if I'm bursting, is it just gonna keep following that same pattern? If I'm bursting too quick? I don't know. I have no idea. So to the SMGs, we're gonna test each one out and I'm gonna test it up against the rifles. And I still have credits waiting for that effing hate it skin or anything that resembles anything close. It doesn't even have to say effing hate it. Just a green hexagon pattern, that would be so awesome. Jesus Christ, he just scared the shit out of me. Okay, Sarah. That is ridiculously bright right there, like that. Just the difference from low to high right there. That's a suntan on the eyelids. Wow! Whee! I'm liking it. It's shredding, especially close range, because that was the problem I had. Right there, I would have had fall-off damage. It was so annoying. You know, like you had to treat SMGs like they were shotguns, essentially. You had to get that close to cause any damage. Pretty sure that's a 2-tap. Go farther. Iron sights this distance is kind of brutal. I'm pretty sure that's a 2-tap as well. 3. Yeah, that was 3. That's fine though, because right here, even with this, I think it's 2 from this range. If I can get another one over there. Is that one back there? Gotta get those headshots. Yep, nice. This shoots relatively nice. That's not bad on the recoil at all. Where's the other one? Oh. Just over here eating glue. The rifles are still rewarded because they're still the best, you know. That, as they should be. You're spending a lot of money on them. It's just before you weren't able to get anything done with an SMG before, you know, you just had to stick with the... Seemed like you just had to stick with the pistols and go right to the rifles because the rifles were just on that pedestal. Now it's not. They're changed. SMGs are great. Now, did they do too much to the SMGs? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Woo! Dude. Oh yeah. Definitely a significant increase here. This buff is nice. Alright, now I want to do some distance here. Damn, this gun. This one, the recoil of this gun, it's like non-existent right now. Between this one and Omen. Definitely. That RCP has like the floaty aim feel, you know? Oh shit. The Omen, the Viper, the RCP, they're actually significant now. They can actually get some things done. They stand a chance up against the Marui, the Vezin. Well, I mean, anything can stand a chance up against those ones. And the Cadillo. When it comes to close range, the shotguns, when you're within the range to get all the pellets, those are gonna win. These two will win if you land all pellets, though there's some inconsistency with them. I'm not sure what that's about, but it could be, you know, the rotation of the pellets. I don't know if the pellets are the exact same every time. Let's just find out, shall we? Three shots, 3 different patterns, right? That might be what the inconsistency is. Do you see how they're kind of grouped up? The grouping of the pellets? This one's rough. Look at all those pellets. You gotta land all of those. So, if you're up close, no problem. Boom! Boom! But distance, you're gonna be missing some. So there it is. Let me know what you think of the update. Let me know what you think about the visual update. I kind of went over as much as I could to showcase what it was more about, other than just like you put it on and you're like, I don't see shit different. Also, let me know what you think about the SMGs. Do you think they went too far with the fall-off damage? Maybe 50% increase was a little too much. Does it need to be throttled back a little? I'm going to be jumping into some live matches soon, and I'll have pretty much my review on it probably within a week. You'll probably hear it in the next few gameplay videos. I'll be talking about it, but I definitely feel a significant change with what they did. Definitely thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out till then.